Are you currently crushing hard on someone? A neighbor down your street, a classmate in your school, a stranger on social media, or maybe even a celebrity? If you're experiencing those famous butterflies, we want to tell you there's much more happening in your brain than just those feelings. This isn't just about willpower or fleeting attraction. It's about how your mind processes desire, fantasy, and risk. Based on numerous studies on human behavior and brain reactions regarding infatuations, here are 7 interesting psychological facts about crushes that adults often overlook or just don't tell you. Number 1. Your brain overlooks their flaws. When you have a crush, your brain tends to overlook the person's flaws, making them appear perfect. This tendency is called idealization. You might attribute qualities to them that you admire or desire, even if they don't actually possess these traits. This occurs because your brain is focused on the positive feelings they evoke, causing you to ignore any negative aspects of their personality. It's important to be aware of this tendency as it can create unrealistic expectations and prevent you from seeing the person they truly are. Number 2, you may fancy the idea, not the person. You're more likely to be attracted to someone you don't have a chance with. Naturally, as humans, we want things we can't have, including people. Why did this happen? Because this triggers the default mode network, or the part of the brain responsible for fantasy. This constant state of imagination initiates a dopamine release at the thought of them. So you may not really like them at all. All you fancy is the idea of being with them. We tend to feed that idea as much as we can because it feels safe. Number 3, you prefer the imaginary relationship over reality. Even if there's a slight chance to make a move on your crush, you may hesitate because you prefer the imaginary relationship in your mind. You're more satisfied with nurturing the possibility of a relationship, the idea, than you are with taking the risk to see if it could actually happen. This hesitation is often linked to being scared of rejection. Number 4, you suddenly see their name everywhere. After learning the name of your crush, you often see it everywhere. This fascinating psychological state is called the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. In this state, you develop a heightened state of consciousness and bias towards the personality of your crush. If your crush's name is, say, Joy, you begin to see and relate the name and the person Joy to anything and everything, making you think about them more often than not. The fun fact is you do it subconsciously. Number 5, butterflies are actually a stress response. The butterflies you get in your stomach when you see your crush are actually a stress response. They are caused by an adrenaline rush. So when you say you have butterflies, you're either stressed or anxious about how the date or situation is going to play out. Number 6, a typical crush only lasts around 4 months. According to psychologists, a typical crush usually lasts around 4 months. If your feelings persist beyond this period, what you're experiencing might be deeper, more enduring love rather than just a fleeting infatuation. This concept, though it might seem cliché, has a solid basis in psychological research. Before making any moves, it's important to ensure that your emotions are more than just a short-term crush. Number 7, constant daydreaming can turn into limerence. Sometimes thinking about your crush can become overwhelming and hard to control. If you find yourself constantly daydreaming about them to the point where it interrupts your daily life, you might be experiencing limerence. Limerence is a stage of obsessive infatuation where thoughts about your crush become intrusive and hard to turn off. Psychologist Dorothy Tenove describes it as a phase characterized by an initial period of elation and intense emotional arousal that can progress to an involuntary obsessive craving for another person. This happens because your brain's reward system becomes hypersensitive and associating thoughts of your crush with pleasure. Well, these intrusive thoughts are your mind's best effort to get you to stop what you're doing and seek out your crush. Crushes don't always turn into obsessions. For many, the excitement of a crush stays within happy feelings and doesn't become compulsive thoughts. As you go through the highs and lows of any kind of crush, remember that these experiences are part of what makes us human. Don't beat yourself up if they don't reciprocate the feeling, and allow yourself to grow from each encounter. And who knows, one of these fleeting moments of infatuation might just blossom into an amazing love story you truly deserve. If you haven't made a move on your crush yet, check out our other videos for tips. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.